Hello, everyone. Today we are here with Michelle, and I'm so excited for her to be able to share her story with you. So you can hear all about her journey, and I feel like, a really inspiring one. So I'm just excited for you to get to hear from her. So Michelle, actually, background first. You finished the embodied method August,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Um,
where you took that gap.
right before my hike. And so I'd love if you can just kind of share what your relationship with food was like prior to doing the program.
Yeah, so I found your program through a mutual friend on Instagram, and I was just following your Instagram for a little bit prior to. But I guess more of a background is I recovered from a pretty severe eating disorder and sort of dealt with a lot of different doctors on gaining the weight back, getting my period back. And those were such huge wins in general, just to get sort of any form of health back. But as I sort of was through that recovery process, I felt that I didn't recover back to life. And navigating going to restaurants and dealing how to be in my own body and going to work and bringing food and going out, all these different things, I felt like I wasn't actually living my life, and I wanted someone to sort of get me from what doctors and the medical field says is healthy to what I deemed as healthy. And our work was sort of going from diet culture, uh, potentially orthorexia type of behavior with food, to tackling all of your foods and really feeling what my body's craving when it feels satisfied, and navigating intuitive eating but in real time.
Yeah, yeah. I know you and I always talk about sort of like the difference between surviving and thriving. Like the doctors got you on your feet to surviving, got your period back, all amazing things, but there could still be those residual pieces where you're like, okay, but I'm not like thriving like socially and like able to live carefree and all these really important pieces.
Right, exactly. And even just like a quick thing, those moments where you're with your friends and you're just laughing sitting on a couch because something's funny, and you're snacking, and it doesn't matter what it is, and it's those were the moments that I missed out on for a long time, and our work has made that part of my life again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I'd love to hear if you could kind of describe like what was the process like of finding the program, and how did you know this was for you? What caused you to what caused you to say I need to do this now?
So I think it's meant to be the point of my life that I found your Instagram, because um I don't know if I would have been as accepting of the amazing things you put out. And I think I went further enough. I did find your Instagram, and all your posts resonated with me. I resonated or connected with you energetically, even through a screen. And I sort of just like, I need to do this. I
Hmm.
know that this is the piece that's left for me,
Hmm.
to navigate dealing with your new body in um, foods, all foods. Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for the friend that ended up posting you in it. So, yeah.
The internet is such a crazy place. It really is. Yeah, yeah. I love what you said, like energetically, like it's just a feeling sometimes of like this is the right moment in time. This is what has to happen next.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'd love if you can share with us sort of the after. So what is your relationship with food like now, all these months later after having done the program?
I will eat things, and I'm not laying in bed at night kind of doing that daily check of what everything was, whether things are good and bad. They just are what my body needs. And even when times when you get anxious, because that's life, and food was my fallback to sort of navigate and cope with, now it's sort of food is not something that takes up space in my brain. It's something
Hmm.
in that moment, and I move on, and I feel that I'm going a little bit on a tangent, but I feel that I have the brain power to do everything else in my life, go back to school, all these different things, because I have that energy left.
Hmm.
Did I say
Yeah.
question? Oh, and body image.
Yeah.
Body image. I think one of the things is it's a work in progress. I think for anyone, it's not gonna switch from 0 to 100. It's dismantling your worth from your body image is really what it is all about. And something that we've always worked on is what your values are, and who you are as a person, and always sort of going back to that when things do flare up, because they do. We live in a diet culture world and it's really hard, but always knowing that who you are and who you show up as is first and foremost.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing, Michelle. And what about your body image before the program? Because I just realized we didn't really touch on that.
Um, I would say pretty flat out, it was horrific. It was, if I didn't feel good, my day was ruined. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything. And if there is a flare up, I'm not going out with my friends. I just learned that who I show up as is who I show up as. And before, I would hibernate. That was the way I navigated it.
Yeah.
And that was surviving. That wasn't thriving.
Right.
And now it's, well, can I find a comfortable pair of clothes that can just be, and that's okay, and live my life?
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that you said that, the very honest truth, like body image flare-ups are still going to happen, but it sounds like now you're in a place of it's not necessarily going to prevent you from going to the social event. It's not going to prevent you from living your life. So it's like, yeah, it's still happening, but how you cope with it is different.
Exactly.
It's awesome. So I'd love if you could share, what would you tell someone? So if there's someone listening to this who's like, I want to believe that intuitive eating is the answer, and I would love to be in a place where I go all in, but I'm scared. What would you tell someone who's on the fence about going all in with intuitive eating?
Well, firstly, validating that being scared is normal. And for anyone that has worked or wants to work with, Leah is the best validator of all time. Every feeling is okay. So I want to validate that for you, because I was too. And I think navigating intuitive eating in a world that has not really accepted that mentality it's going to be hard. However, you will get your life back, and it takes work. But to be able to be in a space with you, it's literally just this person to walk through life with and like hold your hand through this really challenging time, similar to what disordered eating did. But now it's Leah in your head. And Leah in your head helps you navigate the hard times, the times where people are having diet culture comments around you and thinking that I need to have an internal boundary or external boundary, which I still have a notepad on my computer. But yeah, I would definitely say go for it, because the fear is okay, but give yourself a chance to get back to life, because to be alive, and I'm fully quoting Glennon Doyle, is but just to feel it all. And I think that's part of this work too.
So beautiful. I love that you just quoted Glennon Doyle.
Has to be
We
done.
both love her. I love that. And what would you tell someone who kind of similar to the last question, who maybe is like, I don't know if my relationship with food is like problematic enough to warrant getting help?
I would say, if you are thinking the thought, it's problematic. And even so, I think you are going to find pieces of yourself that will expand all aspects of life, even through intuitive eating. Because intuitive eating, yes, it's about the food, but you move through life intuitively, like friends, work, what your body's feeling. Like it's just this holistic approach to life. And I just see so many changes, and like things smell better, are more beautiful. It's just all these different things that it comes with.
Awesome. I love everything you said. Is there anything else you want to add about your story or your experience that you feel like, something you want to share with someone who might be listening?
There's so many things coming up. There, I think in the world we live in, it's super, super, super hard to navigate food and body image. But I think just give yourself that chance to be alive, and working with you has been the best experience of my entire life. The community that you give, just being able to connect with you. You are such a beautiful person, and your energy, you want to heal just from working with you. Even just speaking with you for a second, you're like, I'm going to do this. So anyone who's questioning it, just know that if you do decide to, you will be in the best hands and your life will forever be changed.
Thank you so much for the very kind words, Michelle. And you have so, so much to be proud of. It's like, it blows my mind to think of where you were when we started and how much you've used the tools and implemented and changed your own life. So you have so much to be proud of, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Of course.